What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javin, and today we're back on the Pokemon Showdown server. And yeah, we're gonna be using that Kong team. I actually tried to upload last week, didn't succeed for some reason. When I go, man, guys, I was in the zone. I was like, let's get the streak going. They won't see me coming. Tell me why I log on, and I was at the same amount of points I did was when I started. Because remember, I was laddering up to like get back up to where you guys can get quality games. Now I have alts that are higher and stuff, but didn't want to expose them, so I was like, excuse me. And so I didn't want to. I was like kind of peeved about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I decided I just had an incredible coaching session, man. Many don't know, but the emotional, psychological, all these things, struggles impact people far more than they realize. And they think, well, because it's a game, then it's different. I'm like, there's no real reason why you'd assume that. You're like, well, there's no stakes. But there are no stakes with many things, right? There are no stakes with trying many of the things that you want to try. Like, oh, go talk to that girl over there. There are no stakes. I mean, if she says no, then I mean, you never had her to begin with, so you really didn't lose anything. You just won through experience or whatever lessons you gained from that. But that doesn't mean that we're not fearful and stuff. So stakes are no reason. Man, Zero is good. But yeah, I just had this really beautiful session, and just had me feeling good, man. Just had me feeling really good. So that's where I'm at. Garchomp's mad good. Conk's mad good too. I didn't game plan this well. I'm just gonna hop into it. Loose game plan. Chomp, Zapdos for special. I mean, Moltres for special, whatever. Shifu is decent, but Kong's my heaviest hitter. Melmetal's decent, but just decent. Zero is the win con. Conditions need to be met. Need to weaken that Ferrothorn, which likely going to happen through Relredo. I was going to say Relredo. Rillaboom. Excellent. So this is actually perfect. One, I know he's going to leave it in. But even if he doesn't, there's nothing he can switch into on a flamethrower that guards well against my Garchomp, unless he goes hard Dragapult, in which case I would regret not going for Stealth Rock. But even then, it's not the end of the world. That extra flamethrower damage will allow for, I believe, knock. Well, that's not always true. Stealth Rock plus rocks probably allow for knockoff to kill. As I said, us weakening this or the Rotom is going to be critical for Zeraora, and also the Goodra as well, because that probably won't die to a +1 bulk up, and I don't have leftovers, so we want to weaken that if possible. But yeah, man, I had this just incredible session where we went over like the emotional sort of hiccups that come along with things, particularly mine. You're like, what are you talking about, Jam? Just give me 2 seconds with you and I'd be able to, it'd be very evident, let's just say. So that's actually a very good play by him. I'm going to flamethrower again. I know he's going to stay in. I need that damage. Should switch now. Even if he does need, he's damaged enough to where Zeraora is concerning. Yep, excellent. So now I'll go Conk because there's no real point in me. I didn't gain much ground, which is disappointing. I didn't gain much ground. He leeches again. Okay, very, very clever guy. So it would have been better for me to Stealth Rock, but he just played the Ferrothorn well, and I couldn't have him do certain things. He's actually playing like wisely. I like that. I like that a lot. So just knock here. Zapdos made the most sense. It's Helmet Zap, which surprises me. I'll CC here on a Roost if he chooses to go for it. If he doesn't, it does put me in a great spot. Just Defox. Wow, he's max defense too. But the fucking that sucks. And if he has Hurricane, this is bad. So he does Roost. He's playing like super well. I love it. I love it. He's playing very well. Is he Hurricane? Heat Wave. That was a horrible play then. Him Heat Waving there was a bad play. Right. So he just let me poison his Zapdos. And so he's actually opening up my Rillaboom quite a bit, depending on if it's Sap Sip or Goodra. And Winter Rotom, which is also a bad play because Zeraora. It'll depend on how he's probably Scarf. He's probably Scarf because he didn't kill me, but he's fast. So go Rillaboom here. Yeah. With a U-turn on the likely Ferrothorn. I do want a superpower, but I don't want him to waste his Zapdos. Yeah. Good static, Brody. Good static, brother. Yeah, you have to get rid of this. Well, Knock isn't gonna kill. He's played well. He's played well. Something he's gonna struggle with is my Moltres and depending on the Dragapult, right? But it's definitely gonna struggle with Moltres. Good flamethrower. That's a good ass flamethrower by him right there. Oh, I don't have superpower. I think I took it off for Ice Punch. Yeah, that was on me. Damn. You know, obviously Rotom would make the most sense here. Gonna pivot to Conk. Even if he stays in, is that worth it? The Goodra. I'm just thinking how I get around this thing. Like, it would be a really bad play to leave Goodra in here. Like, it'd be a. Let me think. Ferrothorn coming in. Yeah, he left it in. Excellent. Anybody else expected a burn? That was a horrible Goodra play there. Sunny was gooey. I'm really glad that I actually hit this then. The fact that he's gooey. That helps my Rillaboom significantly. The paralysis is gonna matter. It helps my Rillaboom significantly, but also flamethrower. Just trying to think. I'd like to keep the sack if possible. What I'll do is Moltres on the flame. Oh yes, Thunderbolt. I don't think that would have killed my Melmetal. That definitely would not have killed my Melmetal. Heavy Predictor. Heavy Predictor. Mystical Fire here. I don't think he'll Thunderbolt again because my Chomp would come in. Oh, he does. I'm playing with fire here, which I don't like, but I'll make do. Does he have EQ? No. So a Scorching Sand here for the KO. The gooey mattered because Zeraora is concerning. The Ferrothorn's still alive. So he's made some quality plays, but because of his lack of game plans, you know, obviously it's not going to be very easy. I mean, I think you always Hydro Pump here. So I Rillaboom hard. Even if he doesn't Hydro, I'm good. Yeah. C-Specs. No, that's not Specs. Is that Specs? Ferrothorn coming in on I'll U-turn. So he does leave the Rotom in. That's frustrating. I think that has to be Specs, right? You're not doing that kind of damage to a motherfucking Rillaboom. I'll U-turn again. Okay. So I think he's Specs. I'm not overly concerned about the well, I guess if the Urshifu is scarfed, that should concern me. Because now I can die to Grassy Glide. I could die to Grassy Glide. Just want to position myself in a way where the Urshifu has to proceed with caution. And the Dragapult. But if I go to Melmetal, well, let's get the little bit of recovery. Like Melmetal is the least useful member, and anything else I would have gone to. I think me not expecting him to leave the Rillaboom and to leave the what's his face in was troublesome. You can't U-turn. What CC plus? You wouldn't have a reason not to Surging Strike, right? Yeah. So what I want to do is get this low enough to where Moltres can come in and just destroy it. So I'll go Zeraora here and I'll knock. What knock does is it ensures, even if he's banded and stays in, I'm good. If he's Scarf and stays in, I'm also good. And if he goes to Ferrothorn, it gets punished. Because obviously he doesn't want my Conch just coming in. He doesn't want my Moltres just coming in for free. I'll have to make full use of Conch, as he should Leech Seed there. If he double seeds, good play, but that's way too ballsy. I don't think he has the balls for that. Though I do think he's gonna double Leech Seed. But even if he does, it doesn't harm me too much. Unless he has like Toxic or something. Him Toxicing here, or him doubling to Urshifu would be a bitch. But Leech Seed doesn't kill me, so that's why I'm like, well, even if you don't protect, you could play around with it a bit. If he loses Ferrothorn, he knows he loses too, so that's also a thing. Because Zeraora is just that guy. It's that guy. If I had the Volt Switch there, it would have been done deal. But I am bulk up. And or superpower on the Mel. Position a bit differently. But yeah, good shit with the Rotom. The paralysis obviously made that play look a lot worse. But yeah, there he goes. I just Mystical Fire here. I could Scorching Sand, but it's a waste of time. Especially if he stays in. I can't risk him staying in. I'll just chip down on the Rillaboom. I mean, the Urshifu will take my however much percent. As much as I'd love to Scorching Sand here, I can't have him staying in. If he stays in and Leech Seeds, I lose a lot of value off his Moltres, which makes Dragapult a little more annoying. Not tremendously so, but a bit more. And I am trying to be wary of Dragon Dance Dragapult. That's something I didn't give enough consideration for. So that's probably an argument to Scorching Sands here. If I burn the Ferrothorn, actually I'm gonna Scorching Sands. If it's DD Dragapult, then I'm banking on luck. Yeah. Okay. Scorching Sands again. I think he's Dragon Dance Pult. The way he's playing. He tried to sack his Ferrothorn there. Yeah, that's fine. I think he's Dragon Dance Pult. Okay, there's the Rapid Striker. Let's get him to CC here, ideally. Yeah, I don't want that Dragon. So I don't get a burn. If it wasn't Dragon Dance, then it looked like he outplayed me. But yeah, Surging Strike did 16. Which means you would have done. don't think you're doing, that's bandit. I don't think you're doing near 50 to a metal. Because if I CC here and he's just gonna leave it in. I do want to be careful again about the Dragapult. If it's Dragon this, I could lose. Like if I bulk up on a Surging Strikes and he's banded, I obviously lose as well. If I bulk up on his Ferrothorn switch, it's done for him. The paralysis on the Zapdos was key. But nah, he's played to his outs well. Is he about to time out? Okay, there we go. So yeah, positioning for Dragapult, just forfeited. But nah, he played to his outs well. I'm just tight that the ladder. I'm just tight that all the work that I put in. We were like a few points from 1700. We get back up, come back the next leg, go from 17 to 18 ideally, go back to 19, and then we can start getting back to the swing of things. But I was talking to one of my guys, and I was like, what am I rushing for? Like, what am I? That's such a, that's just a subtle way of identifying where my results. So I'm like, I'm Jam. I don't hang out in these parts of the ladder, right? But the games are just as fun. So, I felt like playing, and I was like, let's do it, man. Plus, these guys in the 1600s, they always come with all kinds of stuff, so they're very dangerous. Like, look how dangerous that last guy was, right? Oh, this guy disconnected. But Zapdos, I've noticed, it's just everywhere. Played 2 games versus Zapdos, but I feel like my last live had Zapdos as well. Suicune, he problematic. Rillaboom's near useless. It's so, Suicune is such a pivotal mon on the team that there's a case for Rillaboom, but Stealth Rocks plus what the knockoff option on Rillaboom goes a long way, plus Stealth Rock, so that's gonna come into play. Garchomp is critical for Blaziken, Kartana. Well, I'll say the reason I say Blaziken Cart is because I don't want Moltres. Well, if he doesn't get rocks up, it won't matter. Because I don't want Moltres getting knocked, but a lot of those mons do like to run knock. The Garchomp guards against everything except that Suicune. It's positionally phenomenal in the beginning. Meld Metal, this Stinger, very good. I'll just have to, the same shit I always say, right? Weaken the Lando, whatever. But the Lando is the core thing that's shutting down my Moltres. So I need a toxic one of his flying types. Zapdos I'll definitely take. Okay, I'll take that. Wow. Does a lot to me, but I'll take it. Excellent. Ideally he leaves it in. Yeah. Okay. So Sash Lando. Okay. I'll take it. Because now my Zero just eats you alive. It makes sense for me to go Rillaboom, but yeah, I know it doesn't make sense for him. I don't say it doesn't make sense, but doing that wasn't necessary is the word I'll say. I should have roosted there because I need the defog, and now I can't. And him doing that makes things a lot harder. Yes, Thunder Punch, and he is. I'm not sure what he is. Conk's gonna have to come in and put him in his place though. Thank God Conk's bulky as fuck as a Pokemon. Cause he's played this game like actually pretty darn well. Conk has to be kept at the utmost to shut down the Rillaboom. That means his Scizor. The question is, what would I bulk up on? Like I could kill his Suicune here, he'd Scald and whatever. Okay, pivots to Zapdos. That makes sense. Well, Zapdos would be the bulk up fodder. But then the Scizor, man, he actually, He actually played this solidly. Yeah, he knocks me out. And he's max speed Zapdos. He needs a lot of fortune. He needs some Wheel of Fortune for sure. I can't deal with another one. If this doesn't, he should knock him out, yeah. I'm ideally trying to get the Scizor to... If he's banded. It depends on if the Blaziken has Protect. Okay, yeah, I think he's swept. If the Blaziken doesn't have Protect... Ooh, that's close. That is close. I still think he swept, but that's close. Well, it depends on let me think. I could go Rillaboom first, which allows Scizor in, which allows Suicune in. Yeah, nah, it's better to go Conk. It's better to go Conk. Suicune's in, which means if I rocks, then we're stuck with Scizor. Because I'm thinking I could go hard Rillaboom. I could go hard, no. If I go hard Garchomp here, Scizor would be at, I just don't trust this Scizor because it's not banded. So, let me think. I could kill his Conk here. I mean, kill his... No. I think it's still Gucci. Yeah, I'm tripping. I am tripping. Okay, I just knocked this out here. The Suicune never KOs me. Force Scizor into Bullet Punch. I go hard Garchomp and that's it. I don't know why I was overthinking that. Yeah, because if he doesn't BP, then it's still over. Yo, my man making plays. Sadly, it should be slower than my Garchomp. So, yeah, didn't work. Actually, he shouldn't have been. So, if he's jolly, he shouldn't be. Yeah, so that's game now. You would never have killed me with BP anyway. But I liked how he played that. He like aggroed it to the point where I was like, whoa. What threw me off, I knew I had the defensive resources, and what threw me off was when he just went set up. And when my Moltres got hit, like when he forced my hand with the Moltres, that was dope. I didn't expect him to just go cart then Moltres. So that was a relearning lesson of mine. Really like... Who was I talking to? They were telling me about Arnold. That's what I'm talking about with some weird Curum. But yeah, Melmetal is just the beast in this one, man. Just an absolute monstrosity in this one. And so my key members are gonna be Garchomp, shuts down everything, frankly. Try to get rid of the Mew. Garchomp defensively, Moltres defensively, Melmetal. Zeraora as well is offensively just perfect. Rillaboom for the Hawlucha control, because Hawlucha could get problematic. In fact, I think it will get problematic. Conk's Mach is nice, but it's situationally nice. So, like, I know these things run screen. I'm gonna knock here so that the screens can't persist, and these things tend to run U-turn. So he sets up the Reflect first. So if he U-turns out into Hawlucha, he get a... So I'll go Rillaboom hard here so that he can't... Oh, fuck. That was... I didn't think about that. It's not over or nothing, but I didn't think that through. Depending on what the Hawlucha has, right? Toxic here. If he has Sub or Taunt, it's done for me. So Garchomp, who is so integral, is now on the chopping block. Because if he Brave Birds, I mean Acrobatics, not Brave Birds. I'm trying to get him to CC, so I might switch around. He does have CC, and he does go for CC, which was a mistake. It's a mistake. I wish I could keep these rocks. Let me think. Is Rillaboom sufficient enough? I mean, important enough? What would I get rocks on anyway? I'd get rocks on the Coco. I mean, they could be boosters. I guess I don't need them, but I'd like them. So if he's 12%, he has a ton of reflect turns left. Should acro. I'll stealth rock if he can. I don't know why well, I guess he CC because he thought that 24%. I'd probably do over 50 to a damn Halucha, even with reflect up. Ah, 1%. I have my key members, but you know, now he's gonna really struggle with Moltres. Well, I lost my guy. What if the Mew is set up? I kind of assumed that the Mew was kind of just assumed that the Mew was the bullshit stuff, but I guess he doesn't have to be. Moltres is very important, like especially if that's a Scarf plus F. I don't trust the Mew. I don't know what to expect. Perhaps Taunt. Yeah. Mystical Fire here. Oh my god. I lost. So I needed Garchomp's Toxic there. So dude ran up on me with the Cosmic Fire. I expected rocks. So yeah, I should have assumed not. I'm using Body Press. Yeah, I need some sort of like way to status it or taunt Cosmic Power. Probably Roost and Stored Power. Yeah. I was just thinking if well, he doesn't have Calm Mind, so the stored powers aren't gonna do any damage. He either doesn't have Recover, or he doesn't have cause I remember beating one of these with my Volk. Yeah. So I'll Scorching Sand here until I burn him to negate the leftovers. Okay. So unless Taunt Cosmic Power, unless he has like Body Press or something. So yeah, it's Soft Boiled and Mystical Fire. Yeah, that's just not. Homie thought he was nice. He really thought he was nice. He really thought he was nice, guys. I swear he thought he was nice. I promise you he thought he was nice. Oh, man. Yeah, he's still doing damage, though. Let me switch out. Let me bash this guy. Ideally, Melmetal does some work soon. Stored Power only has 12. He's doing 7%. So we'll just like think of the problem is Melmetal is like super important. So I mean, oh, you're telling me he's gonna crit me before I crit him? Come on, man. The taunt is a bitch too. The taunt means I can't heal. He was doing 8%, I think. Ah, man, that's a fucking bitch. It's not over, but that's a motherfucker right there. Yeah, because he's doing 8%. He's doing 8%. I'm doing 4. He has 10 stored powers. Man, that crit was fucking lame, man. That was really fucking lame. That really ticked me. That really pissed me off, man. Okay. We'll have to figure it out. So he has to go for 2 more to kill me. Yeah. He has 5 stored powers. I wonder how much he's doing to 0 aura. It's probably gonna hurt. I need to bulk up. Because of just the ridiculous base power of the move, it's a problem. Ooh. Oh man, there's nothing like justice in the morning. Oh that was delicious. Oh, there's nothing like justice in the morning. Oh man. Still far from over, right? But it's certainly a fighting chance. Now, one of these guys are Scarf, Cart, or Blacephalon. The interesting thing is that Moltres, depending on what the sets are, Moltres could pull this off. Moltres plus Conk. So it goes Coco first, which is wise. You get the screens up. But how I'm going to play this is going to get the damage off that I need. Then taunt you. Well, you probably have, what, light screen reflect? Yeah. I'll knock here so I can bulk up U-turn. I guess it didn't matter if I mean, it doesn't matter either way. I guess having it a little lower would have, conk or something. The problem is that he can't one-shot me. And depending on which one is scarfed, like if the card is scarfed and I get to go to my Moltres here, he's in trouble. If the Blacephalon is scarfed, so it goes Curum first, which implies that this is spexed, and he wanted that big damage. If this is spexed, then I don't want it to keep his item, because Moltres can 1v1 it. Leftovers. Okay. Icicle Spear. Okay. So he's Dragon Dance. So if he DDs here, he has 2 turns to reflect. If he DDs here, this dude got all the motherfucking hits. He got 3, then 4. That's a bitch. Because I know I'm not gonna one-shot him. I need to crit this. Man, that's frustrating. Well, I mean, I guess he has the chance of getting the hit. It's funny because I thought I had this game under control with the Hawlucha, but I didn't consider him hard switching. I should have considered the hard switch and positioned something like Garchomp rather than letting him get a free Swords Dance. So I have to crit now. Didn't crit. Oh, he only got 2. Ooh, my goodness. There's nothing like sweet justice in the morning. Sweet justice in the morning, man. +2 Plasma Fist should KO. Yeah, I'll knock. Knock should do the trick. Now Moltres is seeing real traction. Blacephalon comes in. Your Scarf for show. I am max Spadef Moltres. Ideally I take 2. I don't. Which means he is modest. Yeah, he swept because Conk was gonna get hurt here. Yeah. Destroy Scarf. I'd have to crit the cart. If I crit card, I win. It's funny, the Mew, I did not crit. Nah. If the Mew didn't, what's it called? The Mew didn't crit Mel, because I'm like, I know something happened. I'm like, something frustrated me in this game. I just couldn't remember what it was. The Melmetal, but it is what it is. Yeah, that was my fault though. One, I allowed Halucha to get free setup, which was completely preventable. I also, what was the other thing I did? Halucha, I think Halucha setting up was the primary thing. Oh no. I also didn't respect Mew being, but I couldn't stop that because I had to sack Garchomp. I didn't respect Mew being set up, but those are things I should have considered if I was playing properly. So I deserve to lose that one, hacks or not. Like it was definitely preventable. So get to, but what I did enjoy is how I kept my composure and figured out ways to even bring it that close to where to a crit he lost. So gets overwhelmed by Boom under the right circumstances. Those are circumstances which Conk will force. Moltres is an intriguing one. It really only fears the Urshifu, but even then, Garchomp, damn good. Melmetal is damn good as well. It's an interesting game. Like, I have quite a few things that destroy him. I'm gonna lean to Zeraora Overwhelm. Chomp usually baits out the best, brings out the best in you. But we need this Ferrothorn to take this hit. It may Leech Seed, yeah. Like, I think we played this Deja Vu situation before. I'll rocks and let him actually knocks, which works out for me. Meaning it let me, he let his Ferrothorn stay a bit lower. So Urshifu comes out, likely a close combat. My Moltres is too important. Rillaboom I like a lot as well. I can't give up Chomp yet. I have to get this right. Does he Surging Strikes or does... But if he Surging Strikes and I go if I go Moltres... and he CCs. If he Surging Strikes, he's probably 100% getting burned. Which would mean what for me? But is it what? Moltres is just incredible versus his team. He has nothing to switch into it. If I give up Melmetal, that Weavile becomes a new... I gotta get this right. If he Surging Strikes... no burn? Wow. So I got that wrong. I needed to get it right. I know it's not over, which is why I'm like, well, it is what it is. I know it's not over, so it's like, okay. It'd be unwise to sack, to risk anything here, but he does risk. Had I just had an Ice Punch, something of that nature, it would have been a problem. So Hurricane's here. Come on, please fucking break out. I need to do some stupid Melmetal, please. Ah! Melmetal, man. Now he gets to fucking oh, the justice is so motherfucking sweet in the morning. Come on, Melmetal. The justice is so motherfucking sweet in the morning. Oh, that feels so motherfucking good. The justice is... What are you doing? You have lost your mind. You have lost it. You have absolutely lost the gone bonker. You're off the rocker. Off the rocker, as they say. So this should be defensive land. I'd be shocked if he U-turn given the situation. Yeah. Leftovers. So I think I have you way too on the ropes for you not to go. The only thing, I U-turn out here. And I position back Chomp as he U-turn / stealth rocks into Torn. At this point, he guards horribly against. He can't guard against close combat anymore. No, I knock here. No matter what he does, Zero, like if he U-turns right, Zero just eats his team alive from here because he comes in back on rocks. Torn coming in his metal fodder, and you lose him on. Yeah, I'll keep the Zero. Yeah, even if you defog. I just ice punch here. You go Ferrothorn, sack that. Yep, ice punch is 91. Now just go boom here. Just try to leech seed. Oh, he still has his leftovers. Oh, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need those. Does have U-turn. He should U-turn out here back into Ferrothorn. No, I'll take it. I'll take U-turn into Ferrothorn here. Because it allows Garchomp to come in. I don't know what the Ferrothorn has. He shows her spikes. That's fine by me. I'm surprised he went for the leech seed there. If I flamethrowed, you lost a lot of ground. But as I said, the spike does matter though. But at this point, he can't guard against my conch. So like anytime conch comes in, this is a bloodbath. So, you know, he did make a pretty good play there. How do I want to wrap this up? Like, it'd be a nightmare if Conch got a free switch in. So I'll go Rillaboom on the off chance I catch Lando. I catch Torn, which surprises me. I guess not. It's not really. Smell metal again. So he does defog, which is a payoff for us, obviously. So this time I'll punish. I'm gonna get a kill here. So he's gonna U-turn out into Ferrothorn, obviously, and I'll position the conch for success. Yeah, facade, hard. If he leaves the Ferrothorn in, kudos, man. But yeah, facade does 80. Gotta be careful because his Lando isn't dead. Like his Lando is actually. I'm playing this endgame pretty sloppily. I'm giving him openings that he shouldn't have back into this game. Like for example, the Ferrothorn. Like you could tell that was just a gut play of like, okay, I'm just gonna leave the Ferrothorn in and leech seed. Because I allowed the Ferrothorn to get way too high on health. I forgot it had the leftovers, so I could have killed the Landers with a wood hammer, which would have just ended the game then and there, because I just Rillaboomed, wood hammered until the Ferrothorn was low, and then from there Zero wins no matter what the circumstance. Now, like we're playing prediction wars and shit like that, when it's really not necessary. So he should feel comfortable hurricaning here. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed to happen. If I pivot to Lando, Garchomp on Lando, he brings back in Torn. I need these rocks back up. Yeah. The question is, does he leave the Lando in? Toxic here is good play anyway, even if he U-turns. Okay, so EQs, that's perfect. It's like actually perfect. I doubt he leaves the Lando in, but if he does, that's fine. Oh, he stealth rocks, yeah. That's perfect. That's like the best case. Okay, so the zero counter is gone. Perfect. Like my Garchomp being this weekend isn't ideal, but yeah, this is perfect. Especially because he doesn't have anything to guard against my conch anymore. So I just let me think. I go zero here in close combat. That way he can't go hard into Ferrothorn and not get 2-hit KO'd. And Torn is too low not to get 2-hit KO'd either. Which forces in the Ferrothorn. Well, he goes to Weavile. Let's say this is banded. If it's banded, he loses too. But he's heavy duty boots. I'm tripping. I just saw the fucking boots. I'm fat at this game. Yeah, I might have to just do some off screen. I put in all the work to get these games up, and it feels like I'm getting no points from all these games. But I mean, they're entertaining, man. They're entertaining. I wish I had Volt Switch here, man. Zeraora would just. But Conch likes to eat here as well. Like Conch likes to eat. It's not a easy meal by any means, but it likes to eat. Garchomp is a bigger problem than it's supposed to be because of the sun, especially if it's a Fizdef Corv. Yo, when I tell you Moltres is that guy, but most importantly, Zeraora, unless that's a Scarf Blasef, in which case we need to prioritize. We need to prioritize. I don't want my Garchomp toxic from a Torkoal. Garchomp's amazing as a lead here, but that Toxapex, Garchomp. Toxapex, Toxic Torkoal would be problematic, and so I'm gonna go on the offensive immediately. Did not expect Corviknight. If he's BBing U-turn, yeah, I figured. Not punish you heavily. I could have knocked there, but Toxapex. I know you young Toxapexes like to run knockoff these days, and if you go for that, that's a problem for me. I think Rillaboom is inefficient enough to justify me getting knocked here. And a Toxic Spike would be devastating. Okay, so he knocks. It's just excellent. This allows for me to remove his item. I don't want you to have nothing in your life. Nothing. As to maneuver well. Like Zeraora is so good, and he has one mode of sun, but I know one of those bad boys are T-spikes. That's bad. It's kind of good to see because that means Moltres. Let me see if he does some dumb shit and go for and not recover here. Torkoal coming in is a bitch. Knockoff Skull recover. I'm a U-turn here actually. I can't have him go Torkoal this turn. If he has Toxic on that Torkoal, this would be the perfect positioning for him. What this does allow though is for me to get Conch in with regular poisoning. Okay, yes, Toxic. I'm so glad I didn't go Moltres. That means he doesn't have Scald. Interesting. So this is a free facade. Free facade, right? He should recover. Like it's like the most obvious recover of all time. Melmetal is super good, but I just needed him having Toxic is horrible. Oh man, this is like the worst possible Toxapex I could have faced. Now, okay, Spadef. Oh, he's tripping. You're cocky, bro. Yeah, and so I just get the facade again. My gut is telling me he's gonna leave it in, but I'm just weighing the like all my options here. The fact that he took so much from Facade either means that Conk is dumb stronger than I thought, or he's heavily Spadef. Blacephalon wouldn't make a lot of sense here. It's too risky. Corviknight makes some sense. Corviknight makes some sense. Yeah, Corviknight, but I'm faster than you. I don't think he's gonna be expecting that. He's fucking Helmet though, which is a bitch. I should be faster than you. And that's a bitch. Him having T-spikes is so problematic. But I'd assume you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna roost here. I'm gonna roost. But if he loses this, he's super weak to Garchomp. It's one of those things, right? Like, if he specs Blacephalon, I just don't want to lose this opportunity to kill the Corviknight. If he specs Blacephalon, because you could argue, well, you could just go hard Moltres, but then the Corviknight's still alive and he has his T-spikes and it's back at full. So that's a lot of value lost. I could knock as a mid-ground, catch Blacef, right? Or I could just get all the value. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank. And that's why I'm glad we had the normal poison, because I'll take that to the bank. Now, Torkoal, I don't think he's too keen on losing. Obviously, another CC would knock him out. I'll knock here. I figured Toxapex would come in, but last time I did 51%. So one would assume, okay, you go to Blacephalon here. Nope, just left the Toxapex in to knock off. Yeah, we just CC here. Knockoff did 24%, which is what he's at. He's definitely at 23. I just don't know if that was a roll. Like, knockoff gets me value no matter what in this situation. And I'm not going to die next turn. The worst case would give him a free switch into Blacephalon. Okay, so he goes for Corviknight. I'll take it. I do wish I CC'd, you know. But Garchomp with Rocks Up is a godsend here. So we'll go Zeraora. Sun has several turns left potentially. So we're going to remove Venusaur's Life Orb if he has it. So that mold. Okay. Alright, so now when I click Earthquake, bodies drop every time. Garchomp is an offensive problemo now. So he has 3 turns of Sun. You know, obviously he's just gonna go for growth here. This is obvious. Even if he doesn't, that's fine. Zeraora is nice, but it, like, if Zeraora, let's say he Earth Powers or something like that, which I doubt he'd ever do, then Moltres just completely takes out all the power out of this Venusaur or Melmetal. So come on, man. That's frustrating. That is so fucking frustrating, man. That's so fucking frustrating. Because I'd live another turn, remove the Life Orb, and then if I needed to go to, like, say, attacks, I take the damage. Because now I'm in a position where he could do, well, I mean, there's no way you growth. I'll Scorching Sand. He Weather Balled on a Moltres. Homie's like a wild boy, like for real. He really lives this life. But that was a really big miss. That was a really big miss, man. It's a really big miss. It is what it is, though. He Toxics. Oh man, I like this guy. Oh, he sacks the Torkoal. I think that was a misplay. Oh. Homie wants blood. He's out for blood. He's really out for blood. Now, if this is Scarfed, I should do enough with Scorching Sand to where I can roost it off. I
think Moltres has to be my play here. If it's Scarf, I eat. Not well, but I eat. But if he's Specs, he might outspeed me. If he's Modest, yeah, he could outspeed me actually. But Scorching Sand shouldn't kill him, but it'll do enough. It just depends on how much the first eruption does. This could go left. The Blacephalon in the back is really what's, and so the Venusaur should have been low enough to where I would be able to clean this game up with Garchomp regardless. But because of and not having the Life Orb and all these things. But the Blacef, they tend to be scarfed. So goes hard Pex. Sun turns. His Venusaur has to be Weather Ball. He goes Blacef first, which is odd. Please. Is he mind blowing or something? Even if he, okay. I'll take that. I'll roost that off. Let me see how much this does. Oh, that hurt. He wouldn't have 2-hit KO'd, but that's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem for you, bro. Yeah, that hurt. Holy shit, that hurt. But that's for the crit on my Zeraora. She has one more turn of Sun, so obviously I sack Melmetal here. Flamethrowers. And I just roost. Yeah, I'll just roost. He's probably scarfed. Yeah. Moltres is king. Moltres is true. I think that's Specs. That's doing way too fucking much. You're doing way too fucking much right now. Moltres is king. Moltres is truly king. Yeah, he must have Earth Power for Heatran, so he doesn't have Sludge Bomb. Which means he could never touch Moltres anyway. So let's wrap this up at actually 1600. I bet I'll come back tomorrow. All my points are gone again. Which is never, like, I lost like 100 points the next day. Like, it literally, at least 90. It dropped me right back down to 15 something. I'm like, I know sometimes you play out the game and then Showdown accounts for decay. And I know I haven't used this account in like months. But it just didn't make sense, you know? It just didn't make sense for it to be that much. Usually it accounts for it after you play the first game or so. It factors in all the decay. They really just showed me the points. And so, yeah. This is a tricky little team. Yeah, tricky little team. Like, Melmetal is critical for every Pokemon on this team. Like, literally could KO every mon except Cart on his team. Moltres shuts down. Let's see what Moltres does. Clef, Cart, potential Kyurem, potential Tran. So Moltres for sure though. Clef is never really an offensive threat. He guards horribly against Facade. So many things here. So many permutations of his moves that it's like so many things it could be, right? It could be Specs, Scarf Gear, could be that subset, it could be DD. And that matters so much in how I play it out. The Dragonite is concerning. Well, offensively, the Dragonite and the Kyurem are the biggest ones. Heatran is annoying with Toxic, but that's something I can somewhat handle. Rillaboom is almost worthless. Almost. And so what I'll do is, if he Landos, I didn't expect Clef, but I'll take it certainly. Going Lando wouldn't make much sense. Leaving Clef in wouldn't make much sense. It'd be too big of a, okay, he does go Lando. I was like, he might, but I know he wants his Melmetal gone. Should EQ here. I'm just debating whether or not it's definitely not worth. I know it won't knock me out, and I want to kill him so that my Zero Aura is freed. But is it worth for me to get my Melmetal? Yeah, it is worth it. Yeah, because the defensive land though isn't doing shit to me. Like, that's embarrassing damage. I'm healthy enough to where I can, if I play well, pivot around, I'm still way ahead of this Kyurem game. His Lando being gone is a big motherfucking deal, especially if that's his rocker, which implies that the Heatran is something else. What? I do not know. But now you don't guard well against Zero, right? Especially with rocks up. And so there's a lot of promise after a bulk up, especially if I guess the Scarfer would be card. With enough bulk ups, you know, that won't matter, but it's not like I can just be chilling there bulking up, right? Zero isn't the bulkiest mark. But that does open up Facade quite a bit. So Magma Storm's interesting. You can't guard against ground. 99% of Garchomp, Stealth Rock here. If he Toxics, if I EQ and he switches to like Clef, I don't get a lot of mileage. Yeah, I'm willing to allow that to come in. Now the question is, what the fuck does this Clef have in stored? Could be unaware, could be like me going to because I'm still considering Zero can't sweep. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I definitely can't lose this Garchomp though. That's not true. Conk actually, I was wondering if he had. Come on, man. Come the fuck on, bros. That would never kill me. That's fucking annoying, man. Well, that means that he's likely a faster Clef. That's fucking annoying, dude. That's really fucking annoying, man. So, will you turn out here? See what his initial is. I'd assume Tran. That's fucking frustrating, bros. The reason I don't want to Wood Hammer is I lose all momentum if he goes to that Tran. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you went to Dragonite. I'm happy to see that Dragonite. The question just is, what is it? Could be like dual wing beat. It could be, because if I go Chomp, he just goes back to Clef. Could be Ice Punch. That crit frustrated me, because the reason I went Melmetal was to scout out his set, because I'd live Flamethrower, and if he's an offensive one, which I could tell based on the damage, I could then pivot to Moltres, which should save the Melmetal. Now I lost the Melmetal and I'm back on the defensive, so I gotta figure out a way to get a lot of mileage out of this. So I'm gonna go this and bluff Ice Punch low key. If he can't be banded, I've seen, yeah. So excellent. I know you're not faster than me. You took way too little from Facade to be faster than me. Yeah. Alright, so Clef being gone is huge for Garchomp. That worked perfectly. I was hoping to, I can't trust these Dragonites, man. It could be defensive. It could be the Dragonite Ice Punch variant, which is why I'm wary of it with Garchomp. Interesting. That was a lot of confidence to which you went to this. Like, you're like, I don't give a fuck if I get burned. So Dragonite slash Heatran rears its ugly head here. We position Garchomp for success. Excellent. And now we just EQ. If he outs to the Dragonite, we see if he has Ice Punch. But Toxic in that means pretty much cure Moltres just solos his team. So the Kyurem comes in, and it's heavy duty boots. So at this point, if I CC, loses value every time. So it's Scarf Cart 9 times out of 10, which means I don't win after a bulk up because the Dragon Knight definitely has EQ. I don't want to go hard conk here. If he has sub or something like that, then Moltres doesn't fare well. It's funny because Rillaboom is completely useless, but I don't want to just give him free reign. Let's say he is sub. He just freeze dry spam. I'll go Zero. He has Ice Beam. Okay. So obviously your CC does him in. I'll nut rocks. I'll knock. I'm actually surprised that he just sacked that. He was gonna just sack it. But Mach allows for, you can't go Dragonite, so Conk literally just obliterates here. Not great. I'm not stoked that I say dual wing beats. Let me think. The worst case scenario is him Dragon Dancing and being Ice Punch. If he dual wing beats, yes, EQ. Ooh, Conk, Coda, you beast. So let's give up. No, we're not giving up Rillaboom here. I don't think I can lose, but just thinking. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to lose this. Yeah. Oh, it's not enough. Rillaboom would have been the sack there, but it would have just complicated things a little bit because, you know, it halves my Garchomp's health and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's probably a Scarf card. He's never muscling past Moltres, so, you know, why not? Just give him the conk there, go to Chomp, EQ, force the cart to do whatever it's going to do. It has to lock itself into a move that Moltres beats. So, it's an hour and 7. I'm just going to leave it there. To actually also go eat something. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll just show up again. I enjoyed today. Show up again. Yeah. See you guys in the next one. Peace.